All year builds to this point, guys. Every chore, every choice, every sacrifice leads to this reward for all of our labors throughout the year. This is the moment life begins on the farm, but even the best laid plans don't always bring happy endings, only honest ones.
This year gave us our biggest lamb crop, but we are also going to share some of the hardest moments that we've had to face yet.
This is the real story, folks, from our farm to yours. Our 2025 lambing season here in Tennessee. Hey y'all, I'm Kyle. Welcome to our sheep biz in Tennessee. This is my beautiful wife and best friend, Christy. She's also my partner in this farming venture.
Kyle and I are very proud of our lambing season this year. It was a very active time. There was new life in the pasture almost every single day of May.
But while it brought us a lot of joy and satisfaction, it also brought us some unexpected challenges and several firsts that we won't soon forget. So let's get into it. We had exposed the ram to the breeding ewes back in December and left them in there for a few weeks, so we knew they were going to lamb starting in May. And so, of course, we moved the ewes into the lambing pasture about mid-April. And on a chilly morning while I was out feeding chickens, still just a few days shy when I expected any lambs, I saw a ewe down on the ground. And she was away from the rest of the flock. So I thought, hey, maybe we're about to kick this thing off. I thought she might be down because she was lambing. But as I got closer, I could see she was struggling from something else. She seemed unwilling or unable to stand up. And it was very early morning, so we did what we could while we waited for vets' offices to open. Here's what happened. Okay, this morning we have a ewe down with looks like bloat. Obviously very dangerous given she's with lamb. So we're going to try to give her a drench of some baking soda. Let's see if she responds to that. Get the baking soda mixture.
Okay, what do we do with that?
You can just massage her left flank. Just gently massage that.
Right here?
Yep, just keep kind of moving things around. When I was doing that, she was belching, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
And then I walked out here and I thought, well, she's definitely a lamb, right? Mm-hmm. She's not moving, but I realized pretty quickly something else.
God, you need help? What does this make her do?
It's going to neutralize her rumen.
Okay. Okay, sweetie. It's okay.
Gently. Anyway, this neutralizes the rumen, and the vegetable oil kind of just tamps down the foam. Good girl.
That's a good girl burping. We can do this. Come on.
I'm all excited. From a high to a low. I'm glad I need a haircut, girl, or a brush or something.
Right, look.
All mangy this morning.
You're looking crazy.
It's been wet the last couple mornings. Well, it's been wet the last couple days with a kind of a light rain. I think the wet grass can cause more problems. When I came out here last night, right before dark, they were fine. Everybody was moving around. She's probably been down this morning, most of the morning. Yeah, and if you don't address it, it could just, they have such trouble breathing. It can kill them, and certainly it could hurt the babies because they can't get what they need.
There we go.
Ooh, big burp.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good girl. Good baby. All right.
Oh my goodness.
We're up.
Wow.
Good job, honey. Good job.
Come on. She'll stay on her feet. We could put her in a stall, but I don't think she's going to, yeah. Let's clean up your face a little bit, baby. There you go. It ain't hurting you, but I wouldn't want that on my face. So we're in the truck. We've loaded up the bloated ewe, and we are headed to the vet. The closest large animal vet in our area that you could bring farm animals to the same day is about 45 minutes from our house. You almost can't get urgent vet care in our area at all. I don't know. I'm just frustrated. And meanwhile, my heart goes out to that ewe in the back of my truck, in the trailer back there. I'm trying to do the best by her as her shepherd. Just another situation that we talked about before in business, in this business plan idea, right? That we need to have good partners we can rely on in our community or nearby to help us be profitable, to help us through these emergent situations. And certainly animal vets are one of those partners that we need to be able to rely on, right? I do have a number of texts about taking care of my own sheep. Maybe that's why those were written, because can't get vets to render any opinions or advice or help in a timely manner. So maybe I should just get more knowledgeable in the books about sheep vet care myself, get more educated. Maybe that's on me. So I feel more confident that I can handle these situations. But I would sure like to feel more confident that when I run up against a wall that I really need help with or advice with, I can reach out to an expert. Give me some timely advice. So maybe I'm on my own. Are you on your own where you're at, for the most part, with your medical care for your small ruminants? Let me know what you think. Disappointed here. After arriving to the vet's office and his quick examination, he recommended an emergency C-section in an attempt to save the lambs. Thankfully, we knew the due dates, so we thought they might have a chance, but he didn't hold out much expectation that the ewe would survive such severe bloat and the trauma of the C-section. In fact, he was so concerned about her condition that he did not use anesthetics. But within just a few minutes, and just like that, our first lambs of the season were born amongst all this chaos. A tiny ram and a ewe lamb. The ewe lamb was quickly, very apparently, the more vigorous of the two, but they were both alive. The doc patched the ewe lamb back up, and we headed back to the house. Very happy with the service once I got here. I just wish I would have got some better recommendations on the way, but Doc said what we did so far was pretty normal, typical protocol for a sheep you find in bloat. Anyway, just glad to have 2 new lambs joining the flock. Glad she's with us still, and praying she stays that way. By the time I got home, it had been a long day for everybody, including the sheep. And we were just hopeful that everybody was going to be all right.
Don't go so fast, okay? Good girl. That's a good girl. Okay.
Unfortunately, both the ewe and her ram lamb just never took off, and both of them passed within the next 24 hours. Only that tiny miracle ewe lamb survived, and she was as spunky as ever from the moment she took her first breath. And just by the grace of God, the next day we had a first-time mama. Still a few days before we expected any more lambs, a first-time mama had a single ewe lamb. And knowing what a challenge bottle babies were, we took a huge chance, a first for us, and tried a wet grass. And she immediately claimed them both like they were her own. I think in just the confusion and chaos of it all, she thought maybe I did have 2 lambs. It worked. We were elated, just simply over the moon that this was a success. And now the wait began for the remaining lambs to hit the ground. And I guess it was about May 1st or thereabouts, the floodgates just seemed to open. Started out with 4 lambs on the ground, and each morning pasture walk brought more lambs. Almost always twins, almost always born just before dawn. I never caught a single birth in real time, but I was often there just seemingly minutes after, before some of them could even stand up for themselves. So I knew I'd gotten there right after they were lambed. And every single time, seeing new lambs on the ground just brings awe. It's a touch of excitement, a touch of just honesty, life, just a smile on my face that's hard to wipe off, to be honest.
Take her away from me. That's why I try to keep them in the basket. Like I said, I try to just write on there the number of the lamb for the year, and then who they were born to. And then in a couple weeks when they get a little stronger, I'll put a tag in them. We can use this one, little ewe lamb, to pull mama back over here, and I can put the little bracelet on the other one. Mama. Mama! Give her a couple seconds. I hate to chase them, and even just a day old, they're pretty quick. If you miss them on day 1, you can just about forget about it. Here she comes. Okay. There we go. I mismark those other ones as used. Sprayed. And now we've put some iodine on their umbilicals and put a nice little bracelet around them to identify who they came from and what number of lamb they are for the year. And we're just now underway. So it just started really in earnest today. We've had a couple of issues, but this week was supposed to be the start of lambing based on when we put the ram in. Exciting. We're into it. Lambing day 1.
People that know me say it's hard to get me excited. But it's hard to describe. You just feel it kind of in your chest as soon as I see there's a new lamb out there on the grass. Just the satisfaction and the wonder, is it a ewe or a ram? And honestly, I mean, really, what's cuter than a brand new lamb wobbling around on green grass? It's hard to think of something at the moment, but so by day 2, it might have been day 2 or 3, to be honest, I went out and found what we describe as our best mother, and her name is Freckles, and she's always just been a super attentive mother, a great mother, and you'll see here from the drone footage just how aggressive she is to protect her newborn babies. She is not having it with me putting these little babies in this basket. She tries to dump them out on me a couple times and just keeps weaving through me, trying to get in my way while I'm trying to process these lambs. She had 2 ewe lambs, so we were super excited about that. We had a lot of ewes early on, and then it kind of evens out after a little while, but just more exciting days.
Man, 2 beauties. Pretty colors. There we go. Like a boy and a girl. Man. Get you guys. okay, Mama. Oh, girl. Spray that down good. I just want to get the number off, Mama.
Come here, Mama. Alright, come here, baby. Come here, baby.
Anything particular about it?
You want to bring him over here, baby?
She was out here by herself. Uh-oh. Look at the colors on that one. Oh, she got spots on her too. Pretty. Little you. Sounds like a little baby. Pretty little fawn colors on her. Little black nose. Another ewe. We are just killing it with ewes, man. She looks like a little deer. She got little black feet.
The year of the ewe.
Hang on, baby girls. Which one wants to be 16? Huh? How pretty that one is. Oh my goodness. She's coming right to you, baby.
Hi, baby.
Oh, come here, baby girl. Got little black feet.
Oh my gosh, you're the
Doe.
cutest thing.
Little black nose.
You're a beautiful girl.
Little black over her eyes.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous. Look at the feet. She's so
Good girl.
pretty.
She's a pretty one.
Yeah.
All right, just let him be. I wish she laid back down with that when she had the second. I came out here the first time, I thought she laid back down. I thought maybe she's got triplets.
Oh no.
But that's a pretty pair there, huh? Pretty pair of twins.
Yeah.
I can't believe all these ewes. That's a lot of ewes. How many ewes? We were 9.5, now it's 11.5. So double the amount of ewes. Usually it's like 50-50, but yep, 11 ewes and 5 rams so far. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You got new babies on the ground. About time, Mama. Like you were about to explode. Oh, how pretty.
And this is the way it continued for several more days. Pasture walks 2 to 3 times per day, and almost always finding new life stirring out on the pasture. It was going really well. And with no real complications since our opening tragedy, and with a high percentage of ewes, we were just really feeling pretty good about this lambing season. But nature has a way of balancing the scorecard, doesn't it? And it was about to do just that at Triple H Farms in a real way. A way we had yet to experience, and in a way that teaches lessons we'll always remember.
What's going on, fellas? Keeping them safe?
This was one of our first year mamas, and she had a set of beautiful ram lambs, but she was immediately kind of inattentive to one of the 2 ram lambs. She really preferred one over the other, and she continued to leave it behind during the morning. every time I encountered her, she only had one ram lamb by her side, and the other one was maybe 30, 40, 50 feet away from her. This is going to pose a problem, but it actually provides a solution to the bigger problem we're about to encounter.
Good mama. Let's see if we got any more. Come on, lamb. Hey, what are you doing? Freaking me out, dude. Oh. Oh. That's not good. Not sure what the hell I'm doing here. That looks terrible. Oh, that poor baby. That baby's dead. I'm gonna get through. Oh, there's two. I think you lost them both. Come on, baby. I think they're long gone, unfortunately. So sorry, Mama. So sorry. I'm sorry. I lost both of them. That's terrible. I'm sorry, baby. So it's only been maybe a couple hours, and I'm going to try to graft one of those twin lambs from the first time mother onto the one that lost them. She seems really devastated. She won't stop screaming. So she's definitely demonstrating lots of maternal instincts. Her udder is humongous, which is also a problem if I can't get a lamb on there. If it does pay off, it'll be the best thing for everybody involved. Baptize you in your cousin's blood, buddy. Separate him, let him soak in this for a minute, and then we'll round up. Poor you who lost both of her twins this morning. Alright. I can still hear her yelling down there. Interestingly, his real mother's not yelling, but his soon-to-be adopted mother is currently screaming for babies that are long gone. So I'm hopeful we're making the right move here. Hey guys. I mentioned before, if you haven't seen it, but Solomon is our youngest guardian, Karkachan, and he's never been through a lambing season. And so I just don't want to risk it, him chasing lambs. I did introduce him to the lambs under my supervision a couple times, and I'll continue to. But his inclination is still to want to play with them. And when they're this young and fragile, it's just not something I want to put him through. So this is why I need a good herding dog who can cut out a sheep for me and hold her and without hurting her. I don't need you, Mama. Keep your babies. Yep, I just need you, sweetheart. All right, keep moving. But moving them around on foot has taught me a lot about just how to pressure livestock to move. I'm no expert at it, but I've been doing that for several years, so I think that's given me a leg up to use a herding dog. So that was terrible. I'll just tell you. Yeah. Getting a frustrated and angry mother across an entire pasture with nothing to lure her was terrible. I couldn't do it. And with Kip just not being that advanced in his herding work, he really couldn't drive her. And eventually we got in there, but it was ugly. Let's see what happens in here now. I'm hopeful. Fingers crossed.
So this didn't go easy. She refused him at first. As much as he wanted to nurse and wanted her to be his mother, she just wasn't convinced that this was going to be her little ram lamb. And so I ended up securing her in the pen so he could nurse. And that went okay. I ended up milking her actually and then bottle fed him her colostrum. I think this helped. This helped get some of that scent on his face and on his breath. She was never aggressive with him. She just wasn't convinced this is what she should do. On my next check-in, I had to actually hold her still so he could nurse, and he did. And then I did this about every hour, over and over. I would secure her or hold her so he could nurse. By nightfall, things seemed to have shifted a little bit. She wasn't rejecting him, but she didn't seem to be encouraging him either. By morning, however, that lamb was spotless. He was cleaned up from head to toe finally. She had clearly taken to him, and she was guarding him with her life like he was her own. It was amazing. Another miracle, another little victory. And so we let them back on the pasture that next day, and you can see that the two had bonded very well and are still very bonded to this day.
And they're beautiful. Hey, baby. They're very curious. More curious than their mama would like them to be. Hey, baby. There's 007 with a black spot under her eye. That's right. New life here at Triple H Farms. These will be our future breeding ewes, so we're glad to have more ewes born. Help grow our flock and achieve our sheep biz objectives. We're well on our way, and we're excited about it. I'm certainly am. Keep saying we. This is a family farm, first generation, and we're building it, and you're watching it.
So after we had our last few lambs, some of the ones we'd had a couple, 2 or 3 weeks earlier were getting very large. And I just became increasingly concerned about the bracelets we'd placed around their necks. They're kind of a canvas with a very strong Velcro. And although they were handy to see for their color and handy to mark on, whatever you wanted to write on them, they don't stretch at all. They're not flexible. And so these lambs were just growing like crazy, and I began to be worried about how they might cause them some problems. And so we rounded everybody up toward our handling system, and although we didn't put them through there to process them, we just gathered them up so we could take those bracelets off their necks. I didn't want to run the risk of them causing any problems. This was the first year we used them, and I really enjoyed them early on. I'm not so sure I'd use them next year again, only because they just don't seem to last very long. The lambs grow so fast, you have to get to them and take them back off in pretty short order before I was really ready to tag them. So that's what we're doing here.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Oh, pretty.
Hi, baby.
So you?
Hi, little girl.
No.
Right here.
There's just some in the corner back there. And then the two that escaped. Oh. I'm not sure if I can. Yeah.
Pretty good Velcro.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute. I can't stand it.
They're cute.
Hi. Hi.
By the end of the season, we had more lambs than ever before. More twins, more firsts, and more lessons learned.
Some moments broke our hearts. Other moments we felt unstoppable. But when the graphs took, we were beyond elated.
For sure. That's life on the sheep farm, folks. Some great highs, coupled unfortunately with some sad lows. All in all, we now have 25 new lambs on the ground, though.
13 new ewe lambs, which we hope will turn out well enough to help us in our next year of breeding.
Yep, and 11 ram lambs that we can consider for other farms possibly, or to just feed our family and some folks in the community.
But even adding 25 new lambs to our current flock, it is not going to be enough to get us to our 2-year goals, right?
Right, not quite. We know we're going to have to add some outside ewe lambs to our flock to grow like we want to over the next 24 months. We carefully considered several farms, finally chose a great one up in Kentucky, but we'll get into those details in a future video. Morning, ladies, babies. Yeah, just seems like, I don't know, a year ago I had 5 sheep out here. And there has been a lot of hard work in between, so I wouldn't say it happened overnight, but some days it feels that way. Yeah. This pasture's a little out of control here in the corner.
Time to move the sheep here.
I think so.
We just want to say thanks for all of the support and being along with us on this journey. We are truly grateful for all the comments, the stories, just reaching out. I mean, it means the world to us.
It does. If this video informed you or inspired you, or if you're just enjoying the ride, give us a thumbs up. Let us know we're on the right track. Certainly leave us a comment. We've really enjoyed those. Love hearing the thoughts, stories, dreams, and aspirations. A lot of that inspires us. This is our sheep biz life here at Triple H Farms in Tennessee. And we'd love for you to check out our other videos. You can check those out right here. And we'll see you soon.